Enemy hit. I killed a dude with no weapon. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. We're going to be talking about World War III, and as you saw in the beginning, it wasn't exactly the best of experience. We're going to go over this very long list over here of known gameplay bugs that they have listed, but it should be miles longer. There's a few things we should go over about the game. I'm not going to go into a review. This is going to be a hot take on the situation. The game's been out for 3 years, so there's plenty of things you can go to find for reviews and things like that. We're just covering the hot take on what it was like for this closed beta and so forth. But we got party finding functionality may not work consistently. Statistics don't always work. Strike sounds don't work as expected. Sounds can be muffled when switching to aiming mode. RPC errors. Now the RPC errors are a generic error, so they can be found in random locations, and they say fixed. I can tell you right now it's not fixed. This is like days after that fix, and I still get this error. So we can go through the list of RPCs, but they're there. Players can randomly encounter a timeout, generating a rollback on the loadout stage for a few minutes. Some Steam accounts don't receive access through Steam automatically. Some players may receive a message about Unreal Engine not being installed, and the list goes on and on and on. Instead of going into a full introduction, I just wanted to go directly into the hot take because lots of people have been complaining about the length of the videos. So here's my hot take on the game. The game's been in development for quite some time, including the 3 years that I've been messing with it, based off of suggestions from content creators like Big Fry, Math Chief, Blue Robot. There's a lot of people that have made suggestions for this game, and as content creators, we've tried to follow this as closely as we can without a whole lot of reach out from the devs. At least on my part, I'm not big enough for them to want to reach out to me. But the reality is that in the 3 years that as content creators we've seen this game and we've tried to cover it, we've wanted this game to succeed. I want to make that very clear. We want this game to succeed. We want every game to succeed. But so far, in this closed beta, what we have is a game that is essentially the exact same as its 2018 release. And now, this is a closed beta, so we need to keep that in mind, and any of these things can change before it's actually released. But so far, the things that we're seeing are the same bugs that have plagued this game since that time frame. So they have a new publisher and they decided to do a closed beta. Maybe the closed beta is their first chance at seeing some of the bugs. I don't see how that's possible once they acquired the IP, but without further ado, let's get into the hot take on what the game has been like. You'll see some gameplay above. Keep in mind this is subject to change at any point in time, and one of the biggest issues was being stuck without a gun because blueprints didn't work. Let's just listen to the sound in the game for just a moment.
Secure the perimeter.
Secure the perimeter. Wait, what? Already getting... As you can see, the sound in the game is just absolutely atrocious. I don't know why they decided to take a step back in this department, because the sound used to be really good in the game, and now the game seems to be dialed back for some reason. That's a direct quote from Big Fry, and I happen to agree with it. At some point in time, you'll obviously see me toss some grenades in here at some point. The grenades act like they weigh 50 pounds. You can't throw them very far. They have weird trajectory. You can't see them very well when they're thrown. Just a lot of the animations in the game currently feel like somebody needs to open up the spline editor and just run some smoothing out along everything, because it can feel a little too snapped into place or clunky. Like the transitions from one move to the next are just out of place, not only with the audio but with the way that they physically look. Like every single time you use the second scope on this backup scope that I have, it makes this clicking noise. On top of it making this clicking noise, it goes back to this red shape, which is supposed to symbolize like a scope that you're seeing at an off angle or something along that lines. But the way it transitions in, it's too snappy. And it makes that clicking noise. And I know it's related to that site. So it's clicking, 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 clicking. And it doesn't make any sense why it's there in any form. So I'd love to see them go back to the old audio engine maybe, or at least try to use the same layout for it, because this isn't it. This audio is really, really not good at all. To top things off, like I said, the grenades weigh 50 pounds and their animation is off. That pulls back into animation smoothing. You can see some really smooth animations when people die or when they fall over and things of that nature, but it doesn't seem to be consistent across the board. There are 2 game modes inside the game. One is like a Battlefield Conquest type, and then a Team Deathmatch. The Team Deathmatch honestly feels where this game should be, but to be frankly honest, the game feels like when my games picked it up, that they started gearing it towards mobile, and they're still trying to make this a desktop application, and I don't know why. We go back to being, I don't know why, because there's a lot of decisions that we're not going to understand what their choice was when it came to some of these art and aesthetic designs. I do love some of the changes to the maps. Anybody that's been playing this game for a while, you'll notice that the maps have changed quite a bit. Some for the best, some not quite for the best. And obviously, there's going to continue to be some feedback to that and some adjustments, because they're still doing a beta. The real question that I'm wondering is when they intend to release this, because this, so far, not only does it feel like it's still 2018 with an updated engine, but it feels like it has more bugs than it started with. The gun customization and attachments in this game is unrivaled in any other set across the board. If they can get it to work smoothly, then it would be perfect. For me, anytime I saved a blueprint, I wound up getting bugged out and not having a gun. That's the clip that you saw at the very beginning there. I hope they get that worked out, because the gun optimization and attachments and everything in this game have been nothing short of amazing, and I want that to return back to the status that it was. And I think that's just a matter of making the menu work, because the stuff is still in place and it still works and it's still good, but it's just a little clunky, and it does bug out on an occasion. It's something expected during beta. Overall, the game still feels the same way that it did when it originally released. Hopefully they can get the servers under control, and then this way, and all the bugs under control. And I understand that no game releases without bugs, but this is not in a ready state in any form. So I'm hoping that they take the feedback, they get a lot of things done. I hope they up the servers quite a bit. There's quite a few moments where you'll see where someone shoots you, and it's after you've already gone around cover. It's because the server ping is just absolutely god-awful, and I think they need to make some severe adjustments on the server. Other than that, the game will be fantastic on a free-to-play if they can work out those bugs. As it sits right now, I suggest that you get into the closed beta if you get a chance to, and the open beta that's going to be coming up, and you give lots of feedback for them, because they're going to need lots of feedback in either to fix some of those things. For now, they're staying in a closed beta, which is absolutely perfect for this game, because it needs some real testers and real content creators that are looking at it and providing them with some pretty hardcore feedback. when you do open betas, then you get a lot of people that play it, but then you don't get a lot of good, consistent feedback. So closed betas really is where this needs to be at currently. And I still have fun with the game when it works. The issue is when it works. So at the moment, I wouldn't suggest buying any of the closed beta packs and either to be able to get into it, because the actual issues that are with the game make it almost impossible to play to give feedback, because the feedback is going to be the same. It's crashing and it has errors and there's party issues. Until those are actually worked out, this more feels like an alpha than it does beta. And I don't suggest anybody spend any money trying to buy the beta packages to get into a game that you may or may not be able to play at any given time. And so much so that the servers caught fire basically, and they couldn't even bring them back up for the day of their release. Why they released on Thanksgiving Day, I have no idea, because no other company was going to be available to get those servers back up and running with families out for the vacations and everything else like that. I thought that was a pretty terrible decision. Other than that, I still fully support the game. I've had a lot of fun with this game, and it's been around for like 3 years. It's the same thing as the Cycle Frontier. They just keep making changes and putting it back into some kind of beta. You guys have a perfect opportunity with these betas here to actually give a lot of feedback to the developers when it goes into an open status. We have an opportunity here to be able to make changes to a game before it comes out and actually have it improved if they take our advice from it. So make sure that when this goes into open beta that you give it a shot. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys hit that subscription button and hit the bell notification to know when I put up another video. Remember to tell your loved ones that you love them often. I'll see you guys in the next video. I love every one of you. Peace.